Greetings, friends. Alright, next step, get this log milled up. Last time I felt like I kind of glossed over things a little bit, and so I'm going to really I did a better job of videoing everything this time. So you can see it from beginning to end. It's going to make for a long video, but I want to really show everything. Alright, first I'm just going to try to level off the top of this log a little bit. Because trying to get that, rail system on the top is the hardest one. Because it's so uneven. Okay, so get the rail set up on here and start fidgeting with all of these little bolts that act as feet, for the rail. Yeah, so setting this up takes forever, and I know I said that in the last video, but I didn't really show just how much goes into it. And the more I already felt this way, but filming and watching myself twice, I definitely know I can't wait to buy an actual bandsaw mill. It would be awesome. Would make short work of all this exhaustive work. Here I'm just kind of scoping out the log, kind of trying to decide where I think I want to cut the slabs. Generally, you don't want to cut the knot into a log. You generally want to cut that out. So you want to cut right through the center of the knot of the log, the heart of the log. But in this case, the way the log was crooked and moving, I felt like the heart would move as the log goes along, so I went ahead and put that heart at that center of that slab, actually. But I think it travels out of it. So yeah, just take the screws now that the feet are all set and get them tight, making sure that the rail is level with itself and, just level with itself, really. And snug to the board, snug to the log. Yeah, I'm real nervous the whole time that I'm going to make a screw so long that I end up cutting through it. So it's one of my main concerns as I go here. But you keep fidgeting with it, and eventually you can get to your saw. Yeah, I'd forgotten some screws. Had to go up to the house, come back down, but I'm almost ready.
Chase the sky, but destiny in control. Time seemed endless, like the rising sun in fields where dreams are sown. Our journey begun, we laughed and waved our twilight's glow, never knowing how fast the years would go. Oh, how we flew up high, the stars as our guide. How we flew up high, with stars as our guide. Time may pass us by, but our souls, they will never die.
As we grew older, rising and expanded, lessons to learn, our spirits branded. We face the truth, the cycle of life in the stillness of night. Our heart beats right, yet through the trials our faith remaining. Love and memories gonna leave the stain, eternally sustained.
Oh, how we flew up high, with stars as our guide.
How we flew up high, with stars as our guide.
Time may pass us by, but our souls, they will never die. Now with wisdom we see the light. In every shadow there's a spark so bright. Embrace each one, let our spirit soar.
In the day's light forevermore.
Oh, how we flew up high, with stars as our guide.
How we flew up high, with stars as our guide.
Time may pass us by, but our souls, they will never die. But our souls, they will never die.
So this is what happens to your bolts when you don't have everything tight.
It's like I did it on 2 separate occasions.
Your chainsaw shifts a little bit and it ends up cutting through those bolts. I'm not sure what the right tension is, you know. I'll tense it up to what I think is tight and then it moves. That's Spiky in the background, don't mind him. Alright, getting her gassed up in oil. Again, this saw is huge and it could cut much bigger wood, but I just want to let it run a little bit. Give it some use, give it some action, you know. Okay. Mount it to the rig here. Yeah, so I struggle with that. Getting the bolts tight, but not too tight, because you keep tightening them and eventually you start bending the frame a little bit. And I assume that's too tight, but once you bend your frame, you can't unbend it. So I have a bunch of bent frame. I tried to get to where I think I'm starting to bend it a little more, and that's when I stop tightening it. It's a rough system, but yeah, it can work. It does work. You know, if you're willing to spend the day, you can get a good amount of wood milled, you know. Now I'm just fidgeting with this oil tube this tubing that I have that drops oil on the end of the bar. Trying to make sure that it's gonna drop oil where I want it to. I need to make that system a little better, honestly. Okay though, getting some oil in, just about ready to get good cooking here. I'm just cleaning up the stump here so I don't trip on it by accident somewhere in the process. Alright, it's the exciting moment. After, I don't know, an hour or more I spent preparing. I'm pretty antsy to get going by now. But everything seems to be in place. I'm cutting these slabs thin, for compared to normal for me. Normally I'm cutting slabs much thicker, but I decided this tree had been standing dead for well over a year, so I knew it was pretty dry, especially as I was cutting it. I could see how dry the wood was and everything, so I know it doesn't have a lot more to dry out, so I figure it's not going to shrink as much and hopefully warp as much. So I just went ahead and made these, thinner. They're under 2 inches. I don't even remember what they were. Pretty thin. Okay, this time I remembered my shims, thank God. Yeah, it's starting to bog down on me. I'll figure it out eventually. Yeah, I probably could have done a better job of getting the log set up before I started milling, obviously. It was moving on me. Here we go, now we're in balance. Yeah, so there we are through the first slab here, taken off. I should have saved this board too. I really should have. The more I'm thinking about it, it's kind of bugging me. I think I got this top piece here and the bottom piece are in the pile. Because I wanted this flat tops to do proper ties with. So yeah, pretty rewarding to see the wood for the first time when you first cut it. Now, right here, you see just how bad that cut was on the tree. Don't do this to your trees. If you got a chainsaw, be careful.
we were kids, thought we could fly, and in the sun, under open sky, the world was wide as far as we could see, running through fields and climbing trees, climbing trees. The time moved on and life began to show the paths we walked, the lessons we had to know. Now we look back at those golden days, referred to play. We know life fades away, souls remain, forever stay. Growing older, we embrace life's flow, heartaches and smiles, seeds we sow, learning to dance in the storm light, love its grace. But we know life fades away, souls remain, forever stay. Through whispered winds, hope is reborn in shadows long. Light is the dawn. Spirits rise like a morning sun. In endless love, we'll become one. Now we look back at those golden days, your first play. When you know life fades away, souls remain, forever stays. The past, fleeting time seemed to flash in echoes of laughter. Find our way, carving dreams, but we know life fades away. Souls remain, gold rise, see grace.
Yeah, this is such a dry log. You know, the sawdust coming up is like dusty, dry. You know, there's just no moisture left in the tree. Oiled very well on the bar. I'm gonna fix that. The next time I'm milling, I'm gonna have that whole setup different. Getting around this hump on the other side is just a little bit of a booger. So at this point, it starts to get a little more formulaic. You know, here on out, it's going to be pretty streamlined. The setup for the first time is terrible. The second time's a little better. And then the third setup, you're really going to move pretty quick now. It probably takes, well, it should take like 5 minutes, but I mean, maybe 10. Just depends how much you fiddle with it.
Creeping deep inside our brains, it feeds on division, turns friends into chains. Fear and greed, they whisper while we fight in vain. Can we find some solace It lost me with brain. Despite all our cries, we're still lost in our lives. Despite all our cries, we're still lost in our lives. Despite all our cries, lost in our lives. Someone will say, what is love if it's based on the sky? Despite all our cries, we're still lost in our lives. The soul of humanity bound in vanished life. A collective mind virus waved in its solid life. Can unity and love turn the wrong to right? Despite all our cries, we're still lost in our lives. Despite all our cries, we're still lost in our lives. Someone will say, what if love is based on the skies? Despite all our cries, we're still lost in our lives. Rebellion within, turn ashes to gold. Despite all our cries, we're still lost in our lives. Despite all our cries, we're still lost in our lives. Someone will say, what is love? It's based on the sky. Despite all our cries, we're still lost in our lives.
I'm just digging out some bark here. I'm digging out some of that rotten wood from the bad cut. I should take more time to get the bark off before I put it up, but you know, I'm always so impatient trying to get the wood milled and stacked. I figure it'll be easier to get the bark off later anyway. But I don't want any of that rotten stuff growing, you know, so I'm going to try to dig out, you know, whatever I think's what. Alright, I get like 2 more slabs out of this piece. Now my setup is pretty quick this time, like I said. Check my level of the log real quick. Get that level. Check the level of the rail. Looking good. Little minor adjustments. I use that one to check the overall length because it tends to sag in the center. Yeah, it is a shame to be putting holes in the slabs I'm cutting, but I do know that I will be refinishing them, so chances are I'll be taking most of those holes out when I mill them. And if there is anything left, I'll probably be doing a lot of epoxy or something with this wood, so it'll be a wash. No one will ever notice those holes, I'm sure. Just gonna adjust the arm here so that it lines up with the center for the last two. Here we go. If you enjoy the music you're hearing, all that stuff is created on Udio. It's one of my new pastimes, is creating music on AI music on Udio. So go check out my other channel, Novice-Gnostic or Novice-Gnostic Music, I think it's called now. And I should be releasing some songs. It's easier to make it than it is to produce videos for it. So I've got this growing backlog to get out,
When it goes in the midst of every soul, together bound, yet hearts torn in control. Fear and greed shadow, they try to divide up in arm and veins while we struggle to hide. We walk in this dance of shadows so severe, but united by love can we cast out the fear. Shadows we breathe, in light we stand tall. We'll break these chains, surrender not at all. Together we'll rise despite what's decreed. In unity and love, we'll plant the seed. A collective mind virus once folding so deep. In silence and shadows we toss as we sleep. Yet voices together, the truth we declare. Through darkness a spark of hope ignites the sky. Can then this love and strength be our battle cry? In unity and love, so shadows we breathe. In light we stand tall, surrender not at all. Together we'll rise despite what's decreed. In unity and love, we'll plant the seed. All noondays, haunting melodies echo through the night. We must stand together, fight the good fight. For wedding cold may haunt, but love will endure. In the heart of humanity, in shadows we breathe, in light we stand tall, surrender not at all. Together we'll rise despite what's decreed, in unity and love we'll plant the seed.
Well, if you made it this far in the video, I want to let you know you made it. You got a special place in my heart. Everybody's time is so precious these days. Well, it always was, but it seems to be even more so for some reason. So, thanks for spending some time with me and watching me work. Definitely looking forward to making lots of cool stuff in the years to come with this wood. Okay, about all packed up here. Just get all my goodies. I need to spread that sawdust around a little better. Fertilize the other trees. I guess right here I do kind of ask myself, do I want to keep this piece? I guess I decided to pass on it for whatever reason. See, I'm like, I still could salvage it. Maybe I will. I don't know. Anyway, that's about it. One tree trunk into lumber. There's the loot. The loot of the day. 4 really nice slabs. I'm really happy with them. Again, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And tell us what you think those drones are in the comments. Cheers. Seriously though. Blessings to you and your loved ones.